If there is one thing that contributes to a high-functioning team, it's probably psychological safety. Psychological safety is the belief that no one will be punished or humiliated for speaking up with ideas, questions, concerns, or mistakes. Sometimes, as leaders, we look at people who question our plan or who voice concerns as troublemakers or pot stirrers or people who are just not a culture fit. However, when people feel comfortable talking about things that aren't working, proposing new ideas, or asking questions about a process, this is one of your team's biggest strengths because it means that people feel mentally safe to be open. You don't want everyone only doing what you tell them because as a manager or a leader, you are not always as close to the work being done on the ground floor.
Perhaps you're right.
Also, if it's up to you and you alone to spot problems or areas of improvement, then you're bound to mess up or miss things. And speaking of mess ups, when your employees can talk openly about their struggles or mistakes, this is amazing. You can only improve in places where you have identified a weakness. And having a workplace environment where failure is not just tolerated but embraced with grace is your secret weapon to building a strong team. All humans learn from mistakes. We couldn't learn to walk or run or dance without falling, tripping, or stepping on a few toes. It is a natural occurrence in growth. But when employees don't feel comfortable to talk about mistakes, then learning and growth cannot happen. Imagine you're the coach of a basketball team and your employees are the players. If you told your players that missing shots is unacceptable and could get them kicked off the team, then they would play the game carefully and only take shots they were certain they could make. And because basketball is a game, they're still bound to miss shots anyways. For your team to play at their best, everyone has to understand that missing happens. And each time you miss, it gives you feedback on things that you can practice and improve. Your team at work is the same way. Your employees need to feel free to shoot the ball even if they are not certain it will go in, because this is how you score, learn, and improve. Lastly, if every good idea on your team comes from you, then your team will always be limited by you. Should you go on vacation or get sick, then things will fall apart and innovation will suffer.
How are you going to manage that?
On the other hand, if employees feel comfortable bringing up new ideas, then they will also be more empowered to take ownership of their work and advance beyond the status quo. This is the same premise behind the many benefits of diversity, equity, and inclusion, or DEI. The best and healthiest ecosystems have a variety of plant life that all cohabitate to make a thriving and vibrant environment. To do this, you need many different types of plants and animals all interacting with each other and contributing in their own way. This is what it is like to work in an environment that has psychological safety. Every team member is viewed as a vital part of the system to keep the environment healthy and regenerative. Their failures, concerns, perspectives, experiences, ideas, and questions, they all help keep things growing. Compare this to cornfields that focus on uniformity and one type of crop. You will get more production, at least for a while, but what you get will also be limited to just one type of crop, and it will leave the soil dry and without any nutrients. This is not sustainable or regenerative. This kind of work environment often leads to turnover and burnout. Here, people don't feel comfortable speaking up, admitting failure, questioning the way things are done, and ultimately making things better. That's all for me. For more helpful resources, go to clintmalley.com. All of my love, and I will see you on the next video.